Hello everyone, Relatively Retro here, and welcome to today's very special video officially announcing the Eastern Front mod for Postscriptum from the mod team Vostok 43, which translates to East 43. A message from the mod team. We are Postscriptum fans, and we want to see a faction like the USSR in our favorite game. We don't want to recreate battles like Stalingrad as it's already been done 100 times over. We'll show you where the bloody battles between the Red Army and the German Army have taken place. We will make a Kursk, or rather, a prototype. It is not a full battle for the Kursk, but an important part of the mod. The mod is based off of the real-life events and locations of the Bitva za Tomorovku, translated to the Battle of Tomorovka, as well as inspired by the movie Oni srazali za rodinu, translated to They Fought for Their Country, or They Fought for Motherland. A fun fact about the movie is that the actors were real veterans. Note that Tomorovka will not be the only map in the mod. There will be more in the future. I will show the roadmap in a later section of the video with more details. Let's start off with a little history about the Eastern Front. The Eastern Front. The conflict began on the 22nd of June 1941, with Operation Barbarossa and the Axis forces crossing the borders and invading the Soviet Union. After the Battle of Stalingrad on February 2nd, 1943, a massive turning point in the war with German forces defeated and halting the Blitzkrieg. The Germans were defending and retreating closer and closer to Germany after each loss, and on the 3rd of August 1943, the Battle of Tomorovka, also known as the Milgorod direction offensive, began. After a heavy artillery barrage from the Soviet forces, which lasted 2.5 hours, with help from an overwhelming amount of Soviet air support, and featuring units of the 4th Panzer Army, the 48th Panzer Corps, and the 52nd Army Corps, and 90 tanks on the German side. On the Soviet side, the 1st Guards Tank Army, the 40th Army, 27th Army, and the 6th Guards Army, with 600 tanks, 200 of which were destroyed. The battle ended on August 25th, 1943. Now on to the mod. As stated before, the mod was inspired by the movie They Fought for Their Country, of which some scenes have been replicated, like in this image here, as well as the uniforms of the soldiers. Speaking of which, here's Igor. Don't worry, he's a work in progress. The guns and their models have been custom made using references from real images and movies, shown here. Note that all of these are to be announced because the mod's still being developed. Phase 1 will include the Tomorovka map, as well as weapons, vehicles, uniforms, and some retexturing, along with the Red Army 6th Guards faction and the Germans' 4th Panzer Army. Phase 2 will include Bogodukov, as well as new weapons, vehicles, the 5th Guards Army faction for the Red Army, as well as the Viking SS Panzer Division for the Germans. Phase 3 will include Prokhorovka, as well as some new vehicles, the 5th Guards Tank Army faction, as well as the 2nd SS Panzer Corps. And the future phases have yet to be announced, but that's all we have for you here today. By the way, today is May 8th. Today marks 77 years since Germany surrendered unconditionally to the Allied forces. Well, that marks the end of today's video. It's been an absolute pleasure having the ability to announce this mod to the entirety of the Postscriptum community. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay tuned in to get more updates and information in the future. I'll be sure to keep you posted.